Hey guys, what's going on? This is ggurface, and I'll be talking about a game between RAZERnAni and Satiini. RAZERnAni is playing as the pink Protoss, the light pink Protoss. Actually, two kinds of pink if you guys haven't noticed. Pink Protoss in the lower left-hand corner, and Satiini is playing as the yellow Terran in the upper left-hand corner of Delta Quadrant. This is a very cool map. It's 4 players. There's one tower surrounded by smoke on all sides that allow you to pretty much retreat safely. Whether you're probe, zergling, drone, or SCV that's standing there, you'll be able to retreat safely because there is smoke blocking it. This map is also known for its 4 gold expansions. I believe there's one here. There is one here, there's one here, and there's one here. Yes, I got that right. You have no idea how many times I try to do that. In any event, each base has a natural expansion that is blocked by destructible debris and another sort of natural expansion, but this one is much harder to defend because this choke is very, very wide. This one is blocked off from all sides, but there is a little cliff and edge that can allow you to sort of set up siege tanks, put Colossus, that kind of funny business. Satiini did scout the right direction, and he will see the Protoss is building something that is not a proxy gateway or a proxy pylon or a proxy cannon, any sort of business like that. Both players playing a normal game so far, and if you guys have been wondering where I have been the last week or two, well, my lady friend had a vacation and I wanted to cast StarCraft, but I didn't want to tell her, so I was like, I want to go do something, and so we kind of hung out, and yeah, so I didn't have time. But I did manage to get some time. Ooh, and we do see a refinery, a gas steal by the Terran player. This is very unusual because the probes can actually try to hit the SCV before the refinery is finished, and that's exactly what the probes are doing right now. They might be able to take down this one SCV. No, the SCV actually does manage to run away with 10 HP. Cybercore going up for the Protoss player, RAZERnAni. So as I was saying, I went with my lady friend to get a mic because my mic have been having problems. There was either static or like some noise whenever I try to record. That's not static. That's just I don't know how you describe that noise. So we went to this Best Buy, right? And you know Best Buy is kind of like a nice place to go to. But this Best Buy, we had to go down a really dark alley for like 3 blocks. The only way in was through the parking lot, so there's actually no way in, and this Z-Lot is hitting this refinery, so there's actually no way in to the Best Buy normally, so you have to go there with a car, and you have to drive 3 blocks with no streetlights. Let's see if he cancels this, and I think he did cancel it, as the Z-Lot could not hit it for 37 HP to give his final blow, a factory going up, and we don't see a second gateway yet. We do see the Protoss player, RAZERnAni is taking his second gas. So we were going down this street with no lights, just 3 blocks of complete darkness. I live in the city, so that's really awkward. And we do see RAZERnAni is working on the side rocks here. And then it's 5 minutes before closing time. And then my lady friend's like, I got it. She hops out of the car, runs into, talks to the security guard, and the security guard is like, oh, you're not going to make it if you take the elevator, but if you sprint upstairs. So, being a very brave person that she is, she sprints upstairs, and we do see maybe a push coming from the Terran player, Marauder, Hellion, and Marine, and I think that was some lag. That's why he's moving back and forth. He's testing the latency, and we do see that one spectator left. He probably wanted to attack, but he didn't. He couldn't attack because there was some lag. And we do see the standard 1-1-1 Bill very, very close to the base. This is very common for a lot of players. So she sprints upstairs with 5 minutes left. She goes and she talks to this guy. He's like, this guy knows a lot about audio, and she just happens to find him, right? And this destructible rocks is about to go down. And we do see some Marauders, some Hellions, maybe a timing push will be coming up very shortly. They're probably waiting for a medevac, is that? Yes, he's probably waiting for a medevac. And this medevac will finish, and additional barracks going up, and this destructible rocks has gone down. And we do only see 2 gates so far. And we do see them moving out. This is probably going to be a simultaneous attack. This probe will be able to see that spotted coming. And I might not be able to finish my story this time. So the Hellions are dropped off in the natural expansion, but I think the Protoss player sees this. No, he doesn't. He doesn't actually see these Hellions just yet, even though the Nexus has gone down. And he does see the expansion, and he scans, and ooh, the medevac actually went ahead a time. That's not too good. Hellions going onto the back. these troops smartly going back to take care of these Hellions first. Very, very good force field, preventing them from doing any damage. I think they got 1 kill with those 2 Hellions, and these troops are forced to retreat. Very, very nice plan, and very, very good countermeasure by the force field. And now the Protoss player is ahead 1 base, whereas the Terran player is thinking about what to do next. Maybe he's going to go for a drop here, no, or is he? And this observer actually sees it coming, so it's not going to be too much of a surprise. It's always nice to have an observer around. And I don't think Satiini realizes this yet, and he can't actually shoot the observer, but he's going to do the drop anyway. And we do see marauders, and we do see a bunker going up in preparation for a counterattack. And I think there is actually additional lag as both players not doing anything with their units. This is kind of weird. Maybe more people will leave the game. And we do see that he's trying to position. Oh yeah, there is lots of lag. We just saw a wall of text. Yeah, very unusual game with lots of lag so far. And we do see an engagement here. The observer does have sight of it. Will he be able to take off one? Ooh, he takes off one marauder. And this medevac needs to get out of the medevac. Moves back. Wow, 2 HP. 2 HP. And the medevac is able to evacuate safely. So my lady friend bought the mic within like 1 or 2 minutes to spare. She was the last customer, and I was so happy. The mic was so expensive, and it had like minus 10 dB forward direction and not minus 10 dB facing my direction, so that means I was able to reduce the sounds of StarCraft 2, the ambient sounds and stuff, as many of you requested, and I do want to do whatever you guys request. So I did that, and the mic turns out to be staticky. So down went the drain, $100, and the next day we returned it. So she wasn't too happy about my StarCraft loving and stuff, you know. So yeah, so that's why it stopped for like a week. Okay, and we do see a push coming up. The bunker is empty at the moment, and RAZERnAni does see the bunker is empty. He's going to take down a supply depot, and the Terran player, I don't think he's going to have enough to deal with this. He does have 1 Colossus without the upgrade for the thermal lance, though. The 1 expansion has gone up. This observer seeing exactly what kind of units he has, and we do see a proxy pylon. Proxy pylon very easily reinforced, and we do see a 2nd Colossus. I think when the 2nd Colossus gets there, he's going to have a nice push for the Terran player, and this observer is still sticking around, and he does see that he's gone away with his units, and he's going to push up, taking this opportunity to snipe this SCV and the supply, no, not the supply depot. Supply depot gets cancelled, and we do see a nice engagement coming up. I think the Protoss player has a nice advantage. He's probably going to try to push, and I don't know if he's going to wait until this thermal lance finishes. I don't think the thermal lance is going to finish in time, and I don't think so. It's going to take quite a while, actually. And then it's going to go in, and let's see what he decides to do. It's very important to see the micro of both these players. 2 shots go off. These Colossus do not have the thermal lance upgrade, and these Zealots in the front, very, very good, tanking the damage. 1 force field goes down to 2 force field, effectively cutting their forces in half about, and these units are stuck, they can't really go anywhere. And thermal lance is still being researched at the moment, but this is a very, very crucial battle as the Protoss player is pushing up slightly and slightly. He's lost all of his Zealots, all of the tank damage, and then he puts force fields in the back, but he does get sniped one of the Colossus, and he does put the 2nd Colossus back, and the Satiini calls GG! Woo! What a nice game. Very, very cool first game to cast from my return, and I'll finish the story later. This is ggurface. Hope to see you guys in Game 2.